It's March, and the sun returns to the Danish kingdom, sweeping away 4 months of darkness. A polar bear stirs. He has been in his den the whole winter.
So guys, we finally managed to get the data out of the data loggers from the balut test, and now we're ready to do science. Bonjour, rocket fans! So we have data now for the balut descent that we did a few weeks ago in Odense on a sunny day here in Denmark. Today it's sunny again, which is nice. The numbers show that we were pretty much spot on the descent, which we expected to. As I remember it, we told you guys that we hope to get a descent speed of around 110 kilometers per hour. These numbers show that at an altitude of 1500 meters, we had a descent rate at 107 kilometers per hour. So we are pretty much spot on according to expectations. If we translate into what we can learn from this balut here, we have it hanging here now so that you can get a sense of the size of it. So basically, that means if this balut is going to be above our first space capsule, the space capsule will descend at opening altitude for the main parachutes at about 200 kilometers per hour, which is pretty much spot on where we want to be with that opening. So in that sense, we are pretty much there now in the design phase of this balut. So we now know the size that is needed to reach minimum requirements. The thing now that we are investigating is basically if we can make it a little bit bigger so that the descent speed when we reach the stratosphere is going to be a little slower, because that's where we expect the highest G-loads during the descent from apogee out in space. So if it's possible for us to make it a little bit bigger, that would be even better. But right now, this is the size that is good enough for our astronaut going down through the atmosphere. So this is perfect. We are still going to investigate if we can make the design even better than it is right now, because what we saw in the recent test was that the balut had a little bit of spin to it, and that was at a speed of just under 200 kilometers per hour. And during the descent, the speed will be 15 times higher than that. So that means the rotation that we see will be even bigger than we saw during this test. And that is not something that is so nice to experience. It doesn't translate into the space capsule necessarily. We expect most of the rotation will be absorbed by the riser that goes from the balut to the space capsule. But still, that would weaken the riser. So that is why we want to avoid having any rotations at all. We believe that one area in this design where the rotation can be induced from is from these air vents or air intakes where the air comes into the balut. And if we take a look at how they are made, they are basically just a square piece of fabric that is connected or sewn onto each gore here. And the problem is a very small misalignment when we attach that can result in it being angled, and that again can induce a small rotation. So what can we do about that? And here we got a good idea from BJ from Bama Parachutes, and he basically showed us another way to do it. The best way to show a good example is to present it in a hardware, or in this case software fashion. So basically what BJ told us, or suggested, was to make two halves of the balut, where what we're doing here is making a lot of gores that go all the way from top to bottom. He suggested to make two halves, one upper and one lower, and then basically attach them to each other in the middle here, creating the openings for each gore by that. So basically right now we're going to do that, and hopefully pretty soon we will test that version, which is going to be a combination of his design. Well, we're also going to test his Baloot, of course, and the design that we have here right now. If it behaves worse than what I previously made, then of course I will ask BJ, I think, to make one for me or something like that. That's pretty much where we are right now with the Baloot. Fantastic day to see the data. We've talked a lot about what we think is interesting for you guys. Keeping it one way is not very fun at all. We also know that when we give tours here in the workshop, we get a lot of interesting questions that we didn't think was of interest for you guys. So the question to you guys right now is, what do you find interesting? Do you have anything that you're wondering about that I didn't tell about in this presentation? Then tell us below and we'll try to answer it either in the comments field or in another video later on. Thank you so much.